there's enough going into too much detail with VAR. Sometimes it's a good thing. So, I mean, they were involved in this as well, but ultimately, I think it was the referee's decision.
Mm,
And that kind of decision spoils the game. That should
does.
be one goal in Ezzy's locker that he scored, amongst many others, which would register in his mind for years. What a great goal! It was like a bullet, a rocket going into the goal. A goal he had no chance, and
Mm,
it's not. He can't ever think that was a great goal, and Palace fans either. So that was a real controversial talking point from that game.
yeah.
And I still think it's appalling that that was not allowed, in the sense that that rule has never been applied before. So I don't know what you think about that. What's your view?
Yeah. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing the highlights. So I didn't see the game itself. So I remember seeing the highlights. And I looked at it and I thought, wow, what is he talking about? I didn't quite understand it. Then later, when they were talking about it, just sort of analyzing the game, I thought, oh yeah, and I thought I've never heard of that rule before. I've
No.
never,
Yeah.
I've never seen it being used anywhere. But the only thing that I could think of at the time was the referee. Like there are certain people in their profession, and they just want to show that they have,
Yeah.
they're up to date. They're up to date on their whatever. And he must have been waiting for that opportunity. Like, I'm gonna show that I know,
Yeah.
I know about that rule, and maybe I'll get more games. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I thought about that and I thought, why would he do that? So I don't really understand it. I mean, it's very, very folly of him to, do that in a match like that, because what he's done now is made the other team lose out on a 3 points that
Yeah.
could, you never know, somewhere down the line,
Yeah.
where, yeah, towards the end of the season, that could actually count to something.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah,
I
well,
think
it's
it's
one.
one of those where also occasionally, for what it's worth,
Yeah,
the PGMOL, the Referees Association, they occasionally issue an apology for certain situations if a ref has got something wrong or whatever. And to my knowledge, there has been no apology.
yeah,
Whereas I do believe this time Howard Webb, who's the boss of the refs,
mm,
I think he should say we got this a bit wrong, because no, even when the ball was there ready to be kicked as a free kick, the
yeah,
referee really should have just said to the players. Often they say, don't they, play to my whistle and don't take it before. Said,
yeah,
don't forget, gone to the wall. Don't forget, you can't stand within a metre. If you think of corners, how many times all the hustling and bustling between defenders and attackers in the teams before a corner is taken, and time again, the ref will just stop the corner being taken and he'll go over and he'll talk to them. And I often think, look, don't go over. If one commits a foul on the other, blow up either for a penalty or a free kick the other way. Why would you keep warning them? But they
yeah,
do tend to do that. So all the more reason, because the wall was in the penalty area, just in the
yeah,
penalty area, all the more reason that the ref should have gone over there and said, look, just a minute, you two guys are pushing each other. You've got to be a metre away. And probably Gay would have said, why? Because it's not. And I know the rules changed probably 5, 6, 7 years ago about free kicks, where a wall, the defensive wall, you can't infiltrate that. You're not allowed to, which is fair enough, I guess, because it will lead to a lot of pushing and shoving. So I
yeah.
could understand that, but this one, so I could understand that, but this one, for my part, I cannot understand why that rule was ever introduced. What is it trying to achieve? Is it trying to disadvantage the team that's going to take the free kick, which it shouldn't be doing. I don't
Yeah.
know. So to me, I think there should have been. I mean, an apology wouldn't have made any difference to the score, but at least you feel that something good has come out of it. That people now know that rule will be applied rigorously, or it will be scrapped.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoy said this needs to be scrapped. What benefit does it bring to the game? Most laws in football,
Yeah.
we understand why they're there. We understand why the offside law is there, even though it's frustrating when someone's just offside and the goal is disallowed. But we understand why. And if the offside law wasn't there, it would make the game completely different and, frankly, not worth watching, in my view. So we can understand why the views are there, why the goalkeeper has to release the ball
Mm.
within 8 seconds. Otherwise, you'll give away a corner because they time waste. They do. But as another example, up until this season, as I understand it, I think a goalkeeper had to or should have released the ball when he's got the ball, he's holding the ball, etc. Not a goal kick so much, but holding the
Yeah.
ball within 6 seconds. Now, time and time again, and that's been there for a long time, that rule. Time
Yeah.
and time again, I sometimes say, why wasn't the goalkeeper penalised? Because he had the ball for about, half a minute or something, almost literally. But they never apply that rule either. So again, if they had chosen to start doing that, well, they did. They've now changed it. You will give away a corner at 8 seconds. They tell the clubs, they publicise it, so they know. And that's, to me, a key part here. There should be an apology for what it is worth.
Yeah. I think he's just been hard done lately, aren't you?
I think
with
so. Yeah.
rules and decisions, It's just but then the thing is the club Crystal Palace got so much resilience in them that even though all these things are happening, they keep winning. This is the thing. It's
Well,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
But as you say, these things happen. We were
yeah,
turfed out of the Europa League through, I suppose, some carelessness, but other clubs have done the same thing, I believe, and they seem to have got away with it. So it's the first
yeah,
time a club has ever been pushed out of what they've rightfully earned by winning a trophy, in this case, the FA Cup.
yeah,
So there's that, and then this business of the goal at the weekend. And I said at the beginning, it's a good time to be a Palace fan because there is a resilience. I mean, interestingly, the team, as you may know, that has taken our place in the Europa League is Nottingham Forest, whose owner, I think we said this last week, was very